Good morning. What's going on, y'all, man? Welcome to the I Just Want to Talk podcast. It's your host, Marcus Page, and I just want to talk. So check this out. Y'all know for the past few weeks we've been going on Facebook Live. We've been doing our podcast episodes there, but last week with everything going on with AT&T in the world, the service of my live just wasn't what it needed to be. It was lagging, it was skipping. I kept having to stop and I kept having to start over. And that was starting to really make me feel away because when you're doing live, it's really hard to troubleshoot on a dime. Shouts out to Lauren Prince for that little bit of information. But I'm a renegade. I try to do what I can when I can and just do things that benefit me in a certain type of way. So we gonna go the old school route, man. We pre-recording our episodes, seeing how that work, and hopefully we can get back to a point where we engage with each other on Facebook Live because that's what I prefer because it's easy to communicate with people who communicate with me. The old school way of doing podcast, me looking at a camera talking, it's hard for me to do because it's hard for me to talk to myself. And it's hard for me to really listen and comprehend what I'm saying because nobody giving me that type of feedback to say, you know what, that don't sound right, or this is my perspective on things. And that's really what I try to gain when I'm doing these episodes is some type of new understanding, some type of new perspective of things that we discuss. So, we ain't gonna harp too much on that. We just gonna kind of move forward with it. But welcome to episode 4 of the I Just Want to Talk podcast, man. In this episode today, man, we titling this I just want to talk disappointments. I just want to talk setting examples, and I just want to talk appreciation in relationships. Mainly because these are a few things that happened in my life recently or have been in the media as a topic of discussion. Y'all know what's going on with this $30 too much for a date type stuff. So first, let's start off with disappointment, dealing with disappointment and what all comes with that. So lately, man, me and my wife, we've been doing something. We've been trying to get something done, and we've been doing it for the past few months. And every time a roadblock came up, every time a roadblock hit us, we figured it out, moved past it, got ahead of it. And time after time, a lot of roadblocks are just coming. And at this point, it was my intention to not tell anybody, just kind of let it play out because you reach a point where you're tired of telling folks shit and then it don't work out. And then now it seems like you just bullshit. So, and then even bigger than that, a lot of times the people that you telling don't want it to happen. So, in 2024, I was telling myself, man, keep your plans to yourself. But you know how life is, man. Sometimes it still get out. I told some people, she told some people, so we moving forward with it. And this is something I really, really, really want because I want to give my wife this, and I want to give my daughter this. So after a while, a roadblock come up, we hitting it. A roadblock come up, we hitting it. But after a while, it's like, damn, how many roadblocks do you have to hit before it starts to look like you forcing something? But in my mind, I'm like, I just got to keep going. I just got to keep going. We got to get this done. And then, we hit another roadblock yesterday, and it made me think like, man, are we forcing this? Is this the right time to do this? And I got a call and something happened to no fault of nobody. We just did what we thought was right at the time. And the guy called me back and he was like, oh man, this and this and this. And I'm like, you know what, man, let's just fall back on this right now. And I was so disappointed, so disappointed. And I looked at myself and I said, damn, am I disappointed? Or am I disappointed thinking that I disappointed other people? Do I really feel bad? Or do I feel bad because I feel like I let other folks down? And that's usually what a lot of the disappointment comes from, feeling like we letting other people down. Feeling like we not living up to the expectation that we put out. We not living up to the image that we trying to present to the world. I had to really sit down and self-reflect. I was down. I was bummed about it. I was real bummed. But I had to really sit down and tell myself, man, I had to really sit down and self-reflect and say, all these feelings that I have, are coming from how I feel like I'm making other people feel. The disappointment that I might put in other people's eyes. Just the feeling of feel like you bullshitting. But honestly, I'm like, who gives a fuck? I know that self, but it's like, they ain't gotta deal with this. They ain't gotta deal with the problems that come with this image that we was trying to do and this thing that we was trying to have. And I had to tell myself, man, you can't lose what you never had. It was never in your hands. It was never in your yard. It was never around you. You can't lose what you never had. And that's how I'm learning to deal with the disappointment, seeing things from a different perspective, understanding that what's for you will always come. There is no time limit on these things. There is no type of, well, it's gone forever. No. You take the L, you fall back, you regroup, and you try to make it better for the next go round. Especially if it's your first time doing it. You know, there's no information to this. There's no history to this. It's just, we're trying to do something. But what really happened, it laid the blueprint and the foundation of what we need to have and what we need to do moving forward. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And that's kind of where we at with it. So when it comes to disappointment, man, you got to really self-assess the situation and understand, like, what are you really feeling? How are you really taking this? And you'll see a lot of times it's not more so you, but you taking on the feelings of how you think everybody else going to feel about it. Disappointment is a part of life. It's going to happen so many times when you're really trying to elevate and when you're really trying to grow. And that's what this lesson has really taught me, that when you want better in life, it's going to come with work. It's going to come with work. It's going to come with ups and downs. And I had to tell myself, man, it's easy to just not give a fuck. It's easy to coast through life. It's easy to do the bare minimum to get the bare minimum, because no reward comes with that. You get a check, spend a check, go to work again. But when you're trying to do these things like get houses, save money, be 100 steps ahead, try to really build a vision, that's going to come with setbacks. That's going to come with disappointments. That's going to come with frustrations. But you know what I say, man? The biggest setbacks inspire the greatest comebacks. Because when that happened to me, man, I had to really sit back and say, man, I'm on it now. I'm really, really, really on it now. And this is, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. Like I said, man, it's hard for me to talk to myself. I'm thinking out loud. I'm speaking faster than I'm thinking, all type of stuff. But this is why not playing sports might be one of my biggest regrets in life, because that disappointment that comes with playing sports, that failure that comes with playing sports, that attitude where you lose a game and you say, man, you know what, next year we're going to come back harder and harder and harder. It pushes you to train harder. It pushes you to learn new things. It pushes you to go out there and seek new information. And that is what disappointment has taught me. Disappointment is one of the greatest teachers of all time, because it pushes you to get out of that box. It pushes you to be okay with, don't lie, man. I spent so much of my life on easy mode, avoiding disappointments, avoiding the things that I know I wouldn't be able to handle. In this situation, man, it really, really put in perspective the grind that's needed when it comes to just wanting more out of life, man. So, disappointment. What is disappointment? How does disappointment feel? What has disappointment ever done to you? And I got to ask myself those questions now, because now real disappointment is a part of my life. Real disappointment is an obstacle. It's just something you're going to have to overcome. It's no different than a closed door, man. It's no different than a missed opportunity. It's just part of the opponents on the field. You got to get past them to get to the touchdown. Ooh. Did I not? Damn, I think that was one of them ones. My fault. I just kind of, I hate talking to myself, man, but sometimes I do love listening to myself. But, so in the comments, man, I really want y'all to explain to me a situation that disappointed y'all or something that y'all feel like y'all wanted to do and then it just didn't happen. And like I said earlier, man, after certain situations, you got to ask yourself, man, am I forcing something? Am I making something? Because I'm telling you, forcing something, in my experience, forcing something is one of the worst things that you can do in life because you'll be stuck with something that you didn't even need at the time, that wasn't even for you at the time. Because, the universe or God or whatever you believe in is only going to give you so many signs. Before it's like, you know what? Take it. Do what you want with it. I tried to show you. And that's kind of why I met with that. And man, like I said, it's fucking with me. It got me down. But I talked to my wife and she said she's still proud of me. She said she loved me. I'm looking at my daughter. My daughter don't know what's going on. She's just happy to be with us. And that's what I had to look at and say, man, even though I'm down, I'm still up. Even though I feel like I just took a loss, I'm still winning. Because of people that I truly, truly, truly want to do it for, it don't matter to them. They just love to see me trying. They just love to see me every day they just love to see me every day try to bring a vision of life. And that's all that matters, man. Disappointment ain't nothing but a roadblock. You push through, you keep going. As long as you keep moving forward, you're gonna run into the finish line. You're gonna hit it. I just can't let disappointment keep me down. I can't let one bad day hold me back. I can't let one day keep me stuck. Because what I wanted so bad, what I felt like I needed so much in my life is probably small compared to what I'm really supposed to get. That's probably very, very minor compared to what's major. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to look at the situation, fall back and be like, man, okay, that didn't work out. So let's double back. Let's double up. All it did was buy me more time to get back right. All it did was buy me more time to be more pinpoint focused and say, you know what, fuck it. What gonna come with this is what's gonna come with this, and what I gotta do is what I gotta do. And if I keep moving forward, it's gonna come. So, disappointment, man, is a part of life. There is no way of dealing with it. It just is what it is. It's gonna come. It's a part of life. You can avoid it all you want. You can have disappointment with the big problems, or you can have disappointment with the small problems. But regardless, you're gonna have disappointment. But I'd rather have disappointment knowing that I'm trying something, knowing that I'm trying to build something. That's the type of disappointment that if I gotta have it, that's the one that I want. Man, I think I'm doing pretty good at this. I think I'm getting there. Shit. This the first pre-recorded episode. This the first time I'm just talking to myself, and this could very well be a disappointment for all I know. But I'm pushing through it. I'm doing it. I could have just been like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna skip this week. But nah. Not only would I have been letting y'all down, I would have been letting myself down because I set a goal and I'm letting the fear of disappointment stop me. And that's something that I can't do. That's something that I won't do. Fuck it. If it gotta come out, it gotta come out regardless of how it look. Still gotta be done. But y'all get what I'm saying? So what did we discuss in disappointment? Disappointment is a part of life. The only thing to get through it is to go through it. there is sadness that come with it, but you gotta appreciate what you already have to really, you know what I'm saying, to really appreciate what could come. The biggest disappointments inspire the greatest comebacks. And don't let it stop you. Don't let one bad day hold you back. Because, you know, fuck it. It is what it is. So that's my spiel on disappointment and how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. What else? Topic 2. What standards have we set in life? What representation have we passed on to the next generation? What have you done in your life for people younger than you and a generation under you to say, you know what, that's who I want to be. That's how I want to be. Because I'm going to tell y'all a little situation. So I was dealing with this person the other day and we was talking and I'm explaining something to them and they like, no, that ain't it. I'm doing this. I'm going to do that. And I'm like, damn. That's your first resort is to go tell on somebody. Your first resort is to blame somebody and not just find a way to deal with it. And I had to tell myself, and I'm looking at this person, I'm saying like, damn, you remind me so much of me when I was your age. And that made me feel bad, man, because I'm like, damn, that's how I was one day. Not in the sense of telling on somebody, but not listening, thinking that I got all the answers, thinking that my way is the right way. And I had to really reflect and sit back on certain points of my life. And I was like, what examples have I set? What have I done to make the world a better place? Or what have I done to make just one person younger than me better? So this domino effect of just setting examples and setting standards for not only yourself, but the people around you is something so important because this is now a reflection of the world. And I understand people want to say, well, all that matters is how I raise my kids. No. Everyone below you, above you, and around you is a reflection of you. The things that you do will rub off on them. Because it's probably people looking up at you that you don't even think about. Every move you do is what they want to do. But you just going through life moving selfishly, not caring about the representation or the reflection that you have on other folks. So when you do these things in life, ask yourself, man, damn, how would somebody else take this? What if somebody that I was dealing with was doing that? You know what I'm saying? Is a standard that you setting to be liked or is it to be right? Have you spent most of your life just, well, let me just do what I got to do so these people won't feel away. Let me just do what I got to do so I can avoid confrontation. Or are you doing what you feel is truly right in your heart? What you feel is truly right for the world and you standing on that? Because to be honest with you, most of us not. I'm just at a point in my life where I'm starting to do that. I was so focused on being liked my whole life to the point where I'm just trying to make everybody happy. I'm trying to satisfy every situation. And you know what happened with that? Everything breaks apart. You lose sight of yourself. You become too accessible to people. You are now considered what's the word? I don't want to say do boy, but that's really what it be. Because folk would take your kindness for weakness. You open that door for one person, they're going to bring 1 million people through. So imagine opening that door for 100 people. Now, every day, people calling you when they want to call you. Damn, am I even on topic? I don't feel like I am. Fuck it, we just going to keep it rolling. So this goes back to just, you set a stand. You know what? We ain't even talking setting standards. We talking about setting boundaries. That's where we at with this. setting boundaries in your life, man. Sometimes you gotta put them walls up. I'm sorry for, completely disregarding the first top, but this how these float, this how these things go, man. You start talking and then you end up in a different path, and it's like, damn, that's what we need to be talking about. So boundaries, man, setting boundaries in your life, and start early. I mean, start as early as you possibly can. Because you living a life where you don't set boundaries, man, it's only going to have a domino effect of bullshit in your life. Because people will take your kindness for weakness. People will take your limited access as full access. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I'm in the Army. That ain't no secret to folks. And I do administrative work. So a lot of people come to me for unit shit, individual shit. Just people come to me for a lot of stuff and they want their stuff done. So now once I take that on, that becomes my full responsibility. So now whatever goes right with that, they ain't gonna give a damn about it. It's, they ain't gonna give me no thank you, no appreciation. But when it go wrong, I fuck up some. Oh man, Sergeant Page, he did this. Sergeant Page ain't this. Sergeant Page ain't that. But it's like, I'm doing this as a favor. This, what you asking me to do, I could have made you do this. You understand? And think about doing this for 100 people. 100 people calling you. 100 people disrespecting your time. 100 people feel like they own you for as long as they need that done. And these are the boundaries, man, that if you don't set them, your life will belong to everybody else except for you, man. I'm telling you. Situation with folks calling me, they know I ain't at work. Calling me back to back. And I got to ask myself, and sometimes I got to ask them, like, who do you think I am? Why do you feel like you can call me the way that you call me after work hours? And this ain't, an hour or two after work. This is a motherfucker texting me 9 or 10 o'clock at night asking about something. This is a person that when I stand firm on what I say, now they think I'm being mean. No, this is the standard that it always should have been. You don't control me. You don't have full access to me. And once I start setting them boundaries, the freedom that came with it, boy, it can't be described. It's taking back control over your own life. I ain't picking up every call. I ain't responding to every text. I'm not going to say yes when I really mean no. I'm 100% doing what I feel comfortable doing at the time. And that's, to me, it's essentially what setting the boundary is. Setting your own terms, doing what you feel is comfortable at the time. And if you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. You know what I hate? You know what I really hate that people do, man? And it pisses me off so much because it's almost disrespectful. It's like, you would ask somebody to do something. And this is, and now that I'm saying it out loud, it makes me feel hypocritical because I did it before. And I did this a few times. Damn, I guess I'm fucked up too. But either way, when you ask somebody to do something, and they be like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna do it. That's a bet. I got you. But then when it's time to get it done, they avoid you, or they got excuses. The whole conversation changes. Now it feels as if you begging folks. And it's like, damn, you could have just said no from the jump and avoided all this. I'm not doing anything that you didn't give me the perspective to do. You made me feel like you wanted to do this. So me calling you and me texting you ain't like I'm forcing anything, I'm pushing anything. It's kind of like when folks be like, you loan out money, folks like, bro, I'm gonna get you, man. I got you. I promise you, I'm gonna pay you back. But now you gotta ask them for that money back. You gotta chase them down. And it's like, bro, you said you was gonna pay this back. I was like, I was straight. It makes me mad to make other folks try to keep their word. Me going out my way to make you keep your word. But when it comes to these boundaries, man, fuck it. I'm going to keep mine. And I'm going to stay away from people who can't keep theirs. That's the brick wall that I'm putting up. If you one of those people that feel like, man, if you're one of those people that feel like, man, I can't even find the words. I can't. Damn. Stomach growling and shit. Set boundaries in your life, man. Set them. Stand on them. You control your life. You control what you do. You control what you like or what you don't like and what you accept and what you won't accept. Stop letting other folks dictate what you want to do or what you should do. Don't let nobody have no on and off switch in your life. Don't let nobody disrespect your time. Don't let nobody become a problem for your mental health. Because that's what it's going to be. Fuck it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you don't like it, let them know you don't like it. See, you know, we spend a lot of time in our life, or we do a lot of things where we kind of avoid telling folks what we like or what we don't like. I'm 35 years old. I just started probably doing this when I was 33. I started checking situations then and there. Because if you don't, people going to always think you okay with it and they'll never stop doing it. And sometimes, like, even with little jokes and shit, I got to be like, what you mean by that? Explain that to me. And then once you tell somebody to stand on what they said, you'll realize that a lot of folks just be talking, man. A lot of folks just be talking. Things that, and a lot of times they might not know that they doing something that bothers you. You understand? But sometimes you got to be like, you know what, bro? Before we move forward, I felt the way about this. And they be like, man, I was just playing. Nah. Regardless of what you thought you do, regardless of what you thought you did, this is how I felt about it. Now you can adjust and we move forward. But once I tell you once, and I might even tell you twice, the third time it hit, now you playing with me. And now I got to adjust. You know what I'm saying? I gave you 2 chances to adjust. It ain't working. I got to adjust. And what my adjustment comes with, distancing myself, removing myself out of the equation, limiting the interactions that I have with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to be around anybody I'm not comfortable with. I'm not going to be around anybody I feel like playing with me, talking down on me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm an insecure and emotional dude. But I will put my pride to the side and tell you what you said made me feel like this. What you did made me feel like that. I don't like how that happened. That's me humbling myself and letting you know, nigga, I ain't like that. That's my way of telling you adjust. You understand? That's my way of doing that. So, yeah, man, set boundaries. Check situations the moment it happens. Don't let it linger on. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to be situations, and this happened to me a few times. Sometimes you might not catch it instantly. Sometimes you might not. Sometimes somebody might say something to you, and it'll hit you later on in the day and be like, damn. That what that motherfucker meant? Damn. That what that person said? And by that time, it's already too late. So, those moments that you do really catch stuff, address it then. I don't care who it is. Family, friend, co-workers, bosses. You know what I'm saying? Stand on what you stand on what you feel, and set those boundaries. Because I ain't gotta be your friend. I ain't even gotta be friendly. I just need to be cordial enough for us to have a professional relationship, a true friendship, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times I gotta really assess what these situations are with people. A lot of people you think are your friend, they not really your friends. You just a resource. You know those friends who swear, oh, that's my best friend. But you the one that's driving. You the one that's driving them everywhere. You the one that's giving them money all the time. You the one that's, when they text you, they be like, you can come if you want. But damn, when you need to go, that's when you invite me because I'm gonna be the driver. And this ain't me. I'm just that's like the only situation that I can possibly use right now. I ain't really got no friends around me. I got my best friend that I consider family. You know what I'm saying? And that right there comes with a different set of rules. That right there comes with a different set of boundaries. It's motherfuckers I got in my life. Excuse my language. It's people that I got in my life. It ain't no cutting off. We gonna figure this out. If we gotta fight, not talk for a year, we just gonna do that. But when that year, what's up, bro? Come to the crib. We cooking. You know what I'm saying? So you can't give the same boundaries and respects you can't give the same boundaries and understanding that you give to those people, to your everyday people. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't give my coworkers the same respect that I give my dog. You know what I'm saying? Because certain experiences, certain situations, man, it really show you like, I don't know. I'm all over the place. But fuck it. This is what it is. We just gonna be all over the place. I'm adjust. This the first one. We gonna move forward, man. I ain't got no notes. I'm talking strictly off the top of my head. And this what it gonna be. This is what it gonna be. So yeah, man, set your boundaries in your life, man. Dictate what you accept and what you don't accept. When somebody say something to you, man, check it then. Address it at every moment. And if they can't accept that you felt the way about something, then you adjust. But I always give them the opportunity to adjust first, because sometimes they might not know. They might not know. Boundaries, man, boundaries. So to the topic that everybody possibly weighing on, talking about, is $30 enough for a date? Yes, it is. Is $30 enough for lunch? Yes, it absolutely is. There ain't too many places where you can't really just go and cash out with $30, especially on a lunch break. Now, I don't know what job this young lady could possibly have where she got enough time to take a lunch break or go on lunch and order appetizers, drinks, and all that type of shit. That sounds like unemployment. But the issue isn't the $30. The issue is the lack of appreciation, the lack of being grateful. And I know some people probably like, being grateful for $30. No, it ain't about just the $30. It's about that somebody thought enough about you to say, you know what? You keep your money in your pocket. Here go $30. Here go $30. $30 is 3 hours of some folks' time. You know what I'm saying? So that's no different than, imagine you dating somebody and they out and they be like, man, you know what? I know your favorite Reese's. I know your favorite candy is Reese's. I got this for you. You thought about this person without them being around you. You thought about them enough to take time out of your day and get something for them. That's what it's about. And in relationships these days, man, people lack appreciation because they feel like this is what it's supposed to be. No. It's plenty of women in this world ain't getting $30 in a year. And you tripping about getting $30 an hour to go get lunch? You ain't, a lot of, man, and this go for men and women, y'all ain't grateful enough. Because in some way in your delusional world, you feel like, oh, that's what I deserve. That's what I deserve. Says who? Somebody gave you $100 last time, and now you feel like that's your standard. That's what you gotta always accept. No, that ain't what it is, and that ain't what it gonna be. You understand? Let me double back. Let me talk over about this. I really want y'all to give me feedback on this. Tell me what I can do better, because y'all see I'm struggling, but I'm chilling. This a breath of fresh air, because I was going to avoid doing this from the jump, because talking to myself is so hard. I'd rather talk to y'all. But here we are. And I'm still having fun doing it. So let me double back to the beginning of this topic. $30. Is it enough? Let's talk $30. Let's talk $30. The money is not the issue. The money is not the issue at all. A person giving you $30 is a person giving you $30. You can add that to what you were going to spend in a way. You can just spend that $30. The real issue is the appreciation of somebody thinking about you in your absence. Somebody thinking about you enough to be like, you know what? You keep your money in your pocket. Here you go. Here you go, $30. You can do whatever the hell you want with that $30. That person gave you $30 to make your life a little bit easier. You just got to do a little bit less. $30, you can fill up half your tank. You can now drive a little bit farther. You can now do a little bit more things. You know what I'm saying? That's people so focused on the money of things and not the appreciation of it. Because I'm going to tell y'all, when you a taker, you ain't never satisfied. A giver, man, somebody like me, somebody that gave their whole life, it was giving things their whole life. I don't want to make y'all feel like I'm just a person that just do and do and do. No, people have done things for me. People have seen me in position to be like, you know what, here you go, bro. And I'm forever grateful for that. In that type of situation, man, that makes me locked in with you because you thought about me enough. You considered me enough to be like, man, here you go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. And social media got people to a point where they feel like, well, this is the standard. $30. What you give me $30 for? This folks getting $150 for lunch. Well, go with one of them. I'm giving you 30. Be appreciative of that. Because outside of social media, that ain't the standard. But like I said earlier, man, it ain't about the money. It's about the appreciation. And folks just lacking appreciation these days. Nobody is grateful for anything. When has the last time somebody told you thank you? When was the last time somebody said, you know what, man, I appreciate you? When was the last time you was around somebody and did something for them and they was like, man, you know what? I needed that. People ain't humble no more. And I'm not saying it's always about the credit. It's just about acknowledging. Damn. You know, you came through for me. And in an instance of somebody sending you $30 to eat lunch, which I don't understand how $30 ain't enough. You know, this is the world we live in. Folks feel like the standard is more than that. But that man thought about you enough to, say, you know what? Lunch on me today. You good. Made your day a little bit easier. Made your life a little bit, more simple. Took the time out of his day to reach in his phone, ask you for your cash out. All this take time. Pulling out your phone, texting, that take time. He could have been doing 100 other things. You know what I'm saying? And sent you that bread. And this goes back to social media just being a fucked up place. You felt so disrespected by that $30 you got on the internet and made a post about it, making it seem like, am I tripping? Hell yeah, you tripping. And the people in the comments making you feel like you're not, they tripping too, because what world are y'all living in with $30 ain't enough? Motherfucker been bitching about inflation for the last year. And $30 ain't do nothing for you? $30 don't make your load of the life. See, y'all live in this fantasy world, man, where everybody millionaires, billionaires, and y'all living the most extravagant life. No. It's regular people out here doing regular things. And that dude that you feel like should have gave you more, that guy wasn't even your man. That was just somebody trying to fuck with you and sent you $30. $30 grand. God damn. And you made a problem out of it. So now this goes back to what I was saying earlier about setting examples. Now it's going to be women, young ladies, younger than you, looking at the situation and saying, $30, that ain't shit. Appreciate folks, man. Really, really learn to appreciate folks. Because your life ain't gonna always be peachy. Your life ain't gonna always work out how you think it's supposed to work out. It's gonna be times where them $30 could have changed your life. Them $30 could have been all you needed. And like I said, it's not about the money, even though I keep bringing it up. It's about the connection that money gives you to people. It's about the appreciation and the consideration that somebody has when they gave you that money. Somebody said, I'm taking out of my day, out of my life, out of my household to show you that I care. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it's all about. Being considerate, man, being appreciative. Being humble enough to understand that this ain't the standard. And somebody did do something for me. I ain't got nothing else to really say about that situation, man. Nothing else. Feel like I'm all over the place. It is what it is, but y'all know I'm gonna chop it up, make it look like how it's supposed to look. But yeah, that's episode 3, man. We talked about disappointment. We talked about boundaries. We talked about $30. We just talking, man. And that's all I want to do, man. I just want to talk, even if it's to myself. So y'all take it easy, man. I appreciate y'all sitting around listening to me. And, it's going to get better. It's going to get greater. Y'all take it easy, man. Love y'all.